Hi everyone, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing well. So just as we get started, I just want to say sorry for missing Sunday's stream, first of all. Basically, I mentioned it on Discord, but there was quite a bad heat wave here over the last few days. And it was incredibly uncomfortable to do anything, let alone stream. So yeah, apologies for missing last week's stream. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move last Sunday's stream to this Sunday, so we'll do Phantasy Star III this Sunday instead. Other than that, hope you've been having a good week. And today we're just going to do a bit more Phantasy Star III. I don't know how far we'll get through it. I just want to say at the start as well that, as you might be able to tell, my voice is a little bit dodgy at the minute. So if my voice does go, I will probably have to end the stream, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, not been a great week for that, but we'll push on. So last time in this we got to this place here, which was something called Skyhaven. I've had internet problems as well, missed. Yeah, that is the other thing. So anyone who saw last Wednesday's stream will know that my internet cut a few times. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. But it has been okay the last few days. So touch wood, he says, touching desk. Hopefully it'll be okay. So might be catching the stream 10 or 20% of the time. Well, the good thing is at least it's a VOD, so when your internet does come back, the VOD will always be there. Well, it'll always be there on the YouTube side anyway. Twitch likes to delete them after so long. Yeah, sorry you're having internet problems, I know how frustrating it is, so... So yeah, last time we got to this dungeon here, which was Skyhaven, and I spent a while looking at the map and couldn't figure it out. I have literally got the map in front of me, and I have drawn lines all over the map to figure out where to go. So we should be good. Connection never goes down, it just becomes so slow, it's like it's off. I think that's almost worse, isn't it? Because at least you know if it's gone off. You know, there might be a fault with it and it might come back later. But when it goes really slow, you just don't know what's causing it. But yeah, I hope you can get it sorted though. So with that being said, let's get this map up that I've drawn. So now I need to try and position this so it doesn't block chat. There we go, that should do. It's rarely ever this bad, where I live at least. Yeah, I mean, normally my internet's fine, to be honest. It just seems like last week was particularly bad. So yeah, if anyone didn't see last week, this dungeon basically, we're in this big flying area called Skyhaven, and we essentially need to find all these different items that we can use to try and get to where Siren is. We've also unlocked the aero parts for Ren, and we're doing this dungeon to try and get the sub parts for him as well. Yeah, the Rickcast plane, yeah, exactly. So, I can't remember what part it was here. It was some more Ren parts, but I forget which ones. I think we got the sub part actually, so I can't remember which ones it is here. But we'll get to it. So I will be having to look at this map constantly because this is a very complicated dungeon. And we got ambushed straight away. They're actually doing a lot of damage. I think it's actually the first time we've seen the enemies here because I don't know if I actually fought in here last time. Can't remember now. These actually have a lot of health. Just going to say this and click the topic. Can you believe town of around 22 to 24,000 people having around 700,000 coming in at one given day? Is that mainly, I'm going to assume, is that tourists then, is it? Okay, so first we do want to go down here. It's like a little extra route, but there is a star mist down here apparently, so if my map is right, it doesn't help you in that case. Yeah, I suppose it's the downside of living in areas like that, isn't it? I know I've seen on the news quite a lot recently, there's been quite a few protests in places like Spain. I don't know if there's any in Portugal or not, but I assume there probably is. But particularly in Spain, I know there's been a lot of protests about like over-tourism. Kind of annoying that one of our strongest characters decided to attack the weakest enemy, but yeah, I hope you get started soon, Mist. Oh, it started acting up again. Oh, it sucks. So apparently we're now just fighting giant bouncy balls, I guess. Strain's buffering. Yeah, you probably notice it really easily if you're getting internet problems. It's always one of the first things to go. Yeah, that's a bouncy ball, but yeah, it could also be a cool marble. It does that apparently. I mean, I don't know how far we are in the game now, but I've got to assume we're getting fairly close to the end. Yeah, it does kind of look like a T-Rex, doesn't it? Okay, so that is a star miss, so that means my map is correct, which is fantastic news. I thought that was probably worth getting, because we haven't really seen one in the game so far, so I thought it's probably quite important. Okay, so now we just have to backtrack slightly. Unfortunately, there is quite a few items in this dungeon that we need to get. There's one main one which is like plot important that we have to get. But there's a few bits of gear as well. Thankfully, most of them are quite near each other, so there isn't any huge. Like D2 I think the next D2 we do is a little bit bigger, but it's not too bad. Just doesn't particularly help when you get fights every 2 seconds. It does make the dungeon quite a lot longer. Also, we have a controller update. For anyone who didn't know, my 8-bit dock controller crapped out a few weeks ago. One of the triggers started totally breaking. So I bought the new one that has Hall effect controllers. Well, Hall effect triggers and sticks. So I don't know if you can see, but it's a lovely shade of purple. I really don't like the lighting on the analog sticks. That kind of annoys me, but I don't know why it went to that there. I think that might actually be gyro that's done that. It's fine though, we can go back. I know it does have gyro in it, so Not tried it yet though. Okay, so this should bring us back to where we were. I think. Yes, it does. Good. Should be nice, same level as yours. Yeah, I know the controller you've got, Drac. That was like the other one I was considering getting, but I just could not find a good price on it in the UK. I think, did you say you got yours from, was it AliExpress? That was basically the other contender controller that I was looking at. But then they had a bit of a deal on this 8-bit door controller, so I thought, well, I'll try it and see what it's like. And if this one breaks, then I'll go to a different brand. First order discount on AliExpress, that's the only reasonable deal I got on it. I mean, it does look like a really nice controller, the one you've got, so... Gotta say, the enemies in this dungeon are hitting quite a bit harder. We are having to heal quite a bit more now. Okay, so this here is another split point. So we want to go this way first. Yeah, honestly, the main reason I got this as well, apart from the full controller breaking, was just I wanted a controller that had back paddles on it. Mainly because when I play NGS, as you probably know, in PSO2 and NGS, to activate things on the palette, you tend to have to press the analog sticks in. I really don't like pressing the analog stick in to activate like a skill. So I've actually bound that to the back paddles instead. Much easier. It's actually weird on this because it actually has 3 buttons on each shoulder as well. I don't know if you can see, but it's like you've got your normal sort of right bumper, right trigger, and then there's another button as well. I thought it would be a bit strange to use, but it actually sits really nice, honestly. You didn't like them. I think it probably depends how your hands are. I mean, for me, I kind of thought that they would get in the way a bit, but your fingers kind of sit on them naturally, but I can still activate the triggers fine and everything, so for me it works. But I suppose it probably depends on like what your hands are like and what you find comfortable. Could use them for shortcut words on PSU. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Actually, I never thought of that. So I guess you could potentially like, map them to line shield change or something. Yeah. Hey, Defco, good to see you. Doing pretty well. Okay, so we want to go this way. Across here. On this way. Yeah, I mean, the line shield swapping in PSU, at the minute I just do it through the D-pad, through, you know, scrolling through them. But it would be nice to have like a dedicated button to just instantly switch. So maybe that's a way of doing it. Okay, so we've got a moon dew. So I assume that is like a moon atomizer that revives. And a Laconian ribbon, which I'm going to assume is for Mew. Who took it? Was it Kara? Okay, give that to Mew. Can't because she's full. Inventory is still very, very limited in this game. So you give that to Kara, and then Kara can give you the Laconian ribbon. It's just a lot of excess menuing. I get at the time there probably wasn't many better ways of doing this, but yeah. Okay, so we've got that. And then there's another... So we've got 2 boxes there, so now we need to backtrack again a bit. And then we can head to like the final part of this dungeon. So quite a bit faster with a map that actually plots the whole work. I would really recommend it if you are playing through this, like for this dungeon in particular. Okay, so from here we need to go back this way. I still love that the demoness attack is just to do some squats. Or teabagging, whichever you want to go with. I will say, so far, I don't think Kara is very good. She seems quite weak. It's nice that she can hit twice with the 2 slices, and she hits everything in a line, but she just doesn't do a great deal of damage. I think the downside of how we're doing things at the minute is I have a feeling that we're going to start Phantasy Star IV at about the same time the anniversary starts on Affinia. Okay, so I want to go, yeah, across here, down here, down here. So again, I think the plan will be, because I still do want to play through Phantasy Star IV. Obviously, the anniversary in Affinia is going to be a big deal, so it'll probably just be a case of while the anniversary is on, we'll probably just do weekend streams for PSO, and midweek we'll probably still do Phantasy Star IV. Because I'm probably playing PSO a lot off stream as well anyway, so... Okay, so we're now back at the reset point there. So now we've got a bit of a walk. So it's not this path. It's not this one. It is the next left. I think the main issue with this dungeon, I think if you were playing it, especially if you didn't have a map for it, is if you actually look at the map for it, the entire dungeon is basically more or less the same tile set over and over again. It looks identical across the entire dungeon, more or less. But then there's breaks in the floor in different points. So there is very few routes you can actually take through the dungeon. Crazy thing is when you look at the map, is pretty much about the top third of the map is just entirely places that you don't need to go. It's there purely just to mess you up. Okay, so I'm going to go up here. Okay, then if we go north here, there should be another chest. SGS this anniversary. I hope so. As long as I get something nice during the anniversary, I'm cool. I mean, obviously SGS would be a really, really nice thing to get, given how long I've been after it. For those who have watched the members video this week. Yeah, you know how that went. I kind of want another cycle one, to be honest, because I just want one for my 4 miles, so I don't have to switch all the time. Yeah, I literally did one run to record. So literally one run of Phantasmal World 4. Everyone who isn't a member will see this next week. But yeah, I did literally one run of Phantasmal World 4 and I got PD'd by a Gigu. You cannot make it up. And then got a red slime to show up as well, that then didn't drop Lavis. And that's more expected, I guess. Got a Royal Crown. Gonna assume that's for Laia. God, everyone is full on items, I swear. Kind of annoys me this with this game. So it's in that Laia is full on items. I mean, we do have this entire panel here that apparently serves no purpose. Could we not have just like added some more inventory space there? Also, she has a Laconian crown as well, which she wasn't even. Actually, the Laconian crown is the one we just got, I think. No, it was a Royal Crown, the one we just got. So where did we get that from? I'm very confused now. Hey, Pika, good to see you. Well, she probably doesn't need a Force Gear because that's not for her. Just basically give everything to Kara. Okay, now you can give the Royal Crown to Laia, who is now apparently level 40. Okay, a bit more defense. Okay, so we've got that. So now we need to just backtrack very slightly. So if I go this way, this should take me to the right place. I think we're almost done with this dungeon. This would have taken ages without me actually plotting it out before the stream. Yeah, for the anniversary this year, I'm interested to see what they do. I know Ziggy was talking about a bit on his stream, saying that he didn't have that high expectations of it. We were kind of discussing it a bit on one of Ziggy's streams, where we were saying that we kind of feel that Affinia need to communicate a little bit better with the player base, because quite a lot of the news updates that you get about things that might be coming down the pipeline tend to be just random messages on Discord from Ender or someone else in the team. It would be nice to get maybe some more structured communications from them so we kind of know what's coming. I know they do the updates once the updates have landed. You know, we tend to get like a notification, here's what's in the update. But it would be nice to have that communication, I think, with the players. Okay, so we've got the aqua parts, so that's what we came here for, which is good. I'm dragging you all with me for gold copium. I'm down to do hunts for gold. We need to find something uber this anniversary. We did pretty well last time, you know. A few of us got Psycho ones, or several Psycho ones if you missed. A few of us got Heaven Punishers, or several Heaven Punishers if you missed. So we did do well, but we need to try and beat that this year. Depends how generous the anniversary is this year, honestly. F2 anniversary is the best quest for gold hunting anywhere. I think a lot of the anniversary quests are just really good for hunting, honestly. Shameless plug, but if you want a video that shows you how I figure out what to hunt and how to hunt it, that video is coming next week for non-members. If you're a YouTube member, you've probably seen it already. Okay, we also got a hunting bow. Is that better than what we're actually using? I mean, hunting bow sounds like quite a low-end one, but I guess we can check it. Thanks for the guide on the photon tickets. Oh, no worries. Yeah, they're really, really simple to get. I know you can't get a whole lot with them, but it is worth doing Gallon's plan a few times, just particularly to get the stealth suit. Which reminds me, I actually need to do that. I think I'm close to getting it, but I've never actually done enough runs to get it. So I should probably do that at some point. Okay, does anyone have any spare spare inventory space? That'll be a no. Does anyone have an item that can just get rid of? Okay, so then Laia can give an item to Mew. And then Kara can give the bow to Laia. And then the parts. I assume that the aqua parts have to be in Ren's inventory for them to work. I assume. Okay, now Kara can give the aqua parts to Ren. Wait, I think we're sorted. And I think that is the entire dungeon done now. So yeah, a very scary dungeon, but we have done it. Let's get that saved. Now, thankfully, I did get some escapipes, so we don't have to rewalk the whole dungeon again. Because forget doing that. Just before we do though, let's just make sure there's nothing else I need to get here before I escape. Okay, so we've got the Moon Dew, we've got the Laconian Ribbon, we got the Royal Crown and the bow, we've got the aqua part. Yeah, that's it. We do also need to equip that bow actually on Laia. So I assume it's better than what she has. I mean, it's gotta be. She's at 157. No, it's worse. Why would they give you that now? That's so weird. How's the weather over there? It's starting to get warm again, honestly. We had a few days where it cooled off. We had a lot of rain, to the point where some of the water mains have burst nearby. And now it's starting to get warm again. So it's comfortable in here at the minute though, so we're good. I don't think the parts for Ren doesn't have to be as an inventory for them to work, but my OCD will tell me to give the parts to him. It just makes sense, doesn't it? Like, he should need the parts to be able to do it. I mean, it's good, you know, if you can use the parts without them being on Ren. But yeah, I'm the same. It just doesn't make sense to not have them on Ren. Okay, so we have done dungeon. Now where do we go? So the name of power can be learned on Sage Isle, in Draconia, the world of Old Seal, and Shisoran. Okay, so we need to find Arakio's sword. There's a few things we've got to do. Yeah, so we need to get Arakio's sword, Mion's claw, Siren's shot, Laia's bow, and Loon Slicer. I mean, I'm assuming we've already got Laia's bow. And we have an item called Laia's bow there, so I assume that is the Laia's bow they're talking about. Unless there is another item called Laia's bow. You're enjoying your 10% of the stream at the minute. Yeah, I hope the internet improves for you. Yeah, hello Mist, I hope you enjoy the small percentage of the stream that you're able to view at the minute. I mean, I'm assuming we just gotta walk out of here. Is it gone again? I'm assuming by the dejected sigh that the internet's gone again. It's back. Nice. Still don't know why that looks like missing though. Don't we know what it's meant to look like, honestly? Also, we just went into it by sheer virtue of being near it. Yeah, Liar's Bow, not to be confused with Liar's Bow. Love the plain mode BGM. It's definitely one of the highlights of the BGM in this. Also good to see you, Boink. Okay, so now we need to go to... We need to warp back to Elysian and then warp to London. Okay, time to go to a guide again. Give me some maps. So this was this Frigidia, I think? Maybe? Yeah, Frigidia has Skyhaven Castle, so... Yeah, so where is... the place we've got to go to? Passage to Elysian is northwest, and there is a landing strip just near it. Cool. I think, is it that one? That's the passageway to Elysium. Is the teleporter just next to it? Yes, it is. Cool. So we just need to land here. It's a high aircraft carrier. It's something. Like I say, it just looks like Missing No from Pokemon's May, so... We'll get a turn at some point, that'd be nice. Also, yeah, thanks for reminding me, Blank. Yeah, congratulations on the new job, Pika, as well. Don't tab out and stop the music all of a sudden. I can't help it. I've mentioned it before, but this, for some reason, this emulator does not allow you to use like global focus sound. So as soon as you click out the window, it stops the music. And I need to click out the window a lot so I can check the guides and where I'm going. I know it's probably not helping you because if I keep thinking you're losing the internet. More so than you are doing. Honestly, I think this music is one of the better tracks in the game as well. I don't know, it's just quite a good atmospheric track, I think. I really like the sort of the feel this track gives off. Okay, so this brings us to Elysium. I'll give you a warning, Miss, so I am now tabbing out. So we're now in Elysium, so now we need to go from Elysium back to London. There are too many damn worlds in this game. Okay, so we are the southeast, and we need to go to... Can we go to London from here? Yes, we can. So we need to go right up to the north. How does one get there? There is a landing strip right near the teleporter. Is there a landing strip near here, though? Yeah, so we could walk to the centre town, Rome, which actually has a airport right near it. And from there, we could fly to the east and drop off. Yeah, that works. Hey, Jokey, good to see you. Oh, I've got these dudes again. I mean, I'm going to assume that we're going to go and see Mion soon because, you know, we spent the entire game harassing her and her telling us the same damn thing every single time. But we now know we actually do need to get Mion's claw, so I'm assuming we go and see her soon. Because I would assume that Mion's claw is from Mion. Okay, so I think if I fly over this way, I think it's over here somewhere. Is that it? I think this is it. I'm just going to double check. Tapping out again. Yes, that is it. Cool. So we take this teleporter. I will say having access to these teleporters finally is making a bit of a difference. It just means I don't have to go through those huge passageways every single time, which is a bit of a nightmare. So we should now be in London. Okay, yeah, we're now in London. So back to the map again. Where do I actually need to go in London? When you reach London from Elysium, go north, west and hug the lake. Until you see a dock. Okay. Let's check the overworld though as well, because I want to see if there's anywhere I can just stop off to heal as well. Because that would be handy. So there is an airport right nearby. Okay, I think... Yeah, we do have an airport actually near one of the centre towns again, so I could stop off there just to heal up and save as well. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I mean, London's more or less where we started, wasn't it? I'm sure this was like the first place we were at. Could be wrong, but I'm sure this is where we very first started the game. Okay, so it should be somewhere around here, I think it is. There is a town somewhere with an airstrip right near it. Which one is it? Okay, so that's London town there. So if we go down from here, that's Yarta. That's the Scary Palace. There should be a landing strip around here. Yeah. Cool. So we're just stopping off here purely so we can get healed up and everything. And sell some stuff as well. But not before we get ambushed by an army of purple rappies. Who are posing no threat whatsoever. Yeah, London was a starting town, yeah, I thought it was. You got anything new to say? Welcome to the island village of Ilan. No. They dropped Vivienne considering their colour. This is what happens when rappies eat the lilies, maybe. We actually have quite a lot of money considering we just spent a lot on some gear recently. So yeah, while we're here, we'll just sell a few things because we are very much struggling for inventory space at the minute. It's a mill rappy. Okay, we can get rid of the force ribbon. I think, can we get rid of the hunting band? Possibly. I think we're also using a false claw and a laser claw, so we probably don't need the second laser claw. Just trying to make a little bit more inventory space because we are really struggling for it. I know we're carrying a lot of mates, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, I'm pretty sure we might be able to get rid of the ceramic gear. Yeah, we've got Laconium gear, so we can definitely get rid of that. Yeah, nothing else there. I wonder if you can sell the parts for rent. Not that I'm going to, but I wonder if you could soft lock yourself by selling the parts. It would not surprise me considering you can soft lock yourself at the start of the game. Okay, Lyre, have you got anything to sell? We'll keep Lyre's bow because I think we need that. And get rid of the ceramic bow. So she's got Rail Crown there. I mean, this hunting bow, I don't know if I need it. It's very odd that we got that in a very late dungeon. The Colonium Ribbon, now I got all kinds of questions on how that functions or looks. I imagine it's not particularly flexible. Where's Ranuel? Or Ranuel? Yeah, I mean, I guess we can probably get rid of the Force Crown. That should do it for now, I think. And just make sure we do have at least one escape, because I do not want to get in the situation where we need one. So Kara has one. And Lyre has one as well. Cool. Okay, we can go back outside. So now we need to head back to where we were. So we need to go back to the landing pad. Or airport, whatever you want to call it. And now we need to head to... There's like a jetty, basically, that we need to go to. So if I head basically southwest from here. Should be around here somewhere. Yeah. I don't know why the landing on these is so finicky. It feels like it's a different part of the tile to land on every single one. Okay, so now we need to go... Said follow the course. So I'm assuming this is the jetty dimension. Oh, Ren's transforming again. He's now an aqua skimmer. He's very talented. Valdes to not bring my laptop with me. Nothing going on at work for once and I can't play PSO. Sadness. I mean, anytime you can't play PSO is sadness. Okay, so I guess he's now like a jet ski or something. I can't really discern what that's meant to be. Alright, so where are we going? Oh, I really don't like where we're going next. I really don't like that. Fine. I missed this. Did Raycast Man turn into a boat? He's currently what the game is calling an aqua skimmer. It looked a bit like a sort of jet ski or something. Yeah, he's got the talent where he can turn it into different things. The music is really good though when he transforms. So unfortunately, where we're going is here. Now for anyone who caught the start of the playthrough, this is where we sailed past at the start of the game, and the guy on the boat basically said, oh yeah, there's a really evil being called Dark Force that just kind of hangs out there. So I'm hoping we don't fight Dark Force yet, but I think it's going to be soon. Oh, he can transform from one form to another straight away. Cool. So he's now transformed into a submarine. Oh yeah, he has several different forms, Mist. Can you imagine if Raycast could do this in PSO? Okay, I predict we're probably going to need a map for this. Okay, so this is the Sunken Palace, I think it's called. Oh, never mind. It's actually an incredibly easy dungeon. Concerningly easy. Well, there is something in the center. Also, they're really liking the whole parallax effect in this place. Do you have the time to talk about our Lord and Savior Cthulhu? So I'm going to assume that is Arakio's sword. But before we touch that, let's just save. Because we know what Dark Force is like in these games. It has a habit of just popping up out of absolutely nowhere. She would recognize that black sword anywhere. Yeah, what's it on the right side, actually? Anything? No, just absolutely nothing. I was thinking that joke. Yeah, it does kind of look like a semi-truck, doesn't it? Or semi, I suppose if you're American. Can't really see here because of the water effect, but... Well, we saved it, so I guess we interact with this and just see what happens. I've also just noticed something with this guide. It actually has the wrong segment in it. Just give me 2 seconds. I think it's actually pretty much the same, honestly. Yeah, it looks like it's the same process anyway. Okay. You pull Arakio's sword from its stone sheath. Engraved on the floor is, I hold Dark Force. So that was on the floor. You should probably have read the floor before pulling the sword out. Oh hey, it's Dark Force. At last I am free of my vile bonds. Tremble, fools, for I roam the worlds again. I recognise that riff. That plays in Crater. Other matters await me, but we will meet again. I like how he just shows up and goes, I'm actually kind of a busy evil god, so if you don't mind, I'm just going to be on my way. I've got meetings to catch. It's the shoot BGM. Yeah, just part of the riff it's doing. I recognise it from Critter and Blue Burst as well, so they must have reused it in Blue Burst as well. You have learned Megiddo, Destruction Incarnate. Cool. We've never actually had this because we didn't get it in Phantasy Star II, so we never got to high enough level. But we now have Megiddo, or Megid, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to assume it doesn't work the same as PSR. Can we also just appreciate the fact that we literally just released the evil god? He said he didn't have time to deal with us, and we just learned cool magic. He's too busy not dropping red ring. I think PSR is the only game Dark Falls didn't talk. I'm trying to remember now. I think Dark Falls did talk in Phantasy Star II, didn't it, when you opened the chest? I'm sure it did. Megid in this game is way stronger than any other variant so far. Because I know in 2 it was meant to be really, really strong. I know it had this weird mechanic where it would like halve all your party's health to do more damage. I don't know how it works in this. I'm all for getting really strong stuff. He's been on vacation for eons. He has no idea what his Bitcoin is valued at now. But we learned Megiddo. Nice if I can check my menu. So we can't interact with that at all. So I guess we just leave. Yeah? Okay. So yeah, probably not good that we've just like released Dark Force, but hey, we have Arakio's sword. That's something. Yeah, he does vintage, he gets it at 35. I think we fought him, we fought Dark Force at about 32, I think it was, somewhere around there. Don't remember if Falls had lines in Government Quest or Story Mode, but I don't think so. No, Falls doesn't really talk in PSO. I mean, the nearest thing... Well, I'll say that. If you do the quest from the depths, there are a couple of NPCs in that sort of are implied that Falls is speaking through them. There's a 4 mile so far through the quest that tries attacking you, and she starts saying things that sound like Dark Falls. But it definitely doesn't talk to you directly. Olgaflow does talk, yeah. Okay, head to Iridia. So what is the fastest way to Iridia from here? I'm assuming there's a warp in London. I'm pretty sure there is, actually. So, London, Overworld. Where is the portal to Iridia? If we're going to Iridia, I have a pretty good idea what we're doing next. Thank you for the Lisa laugh. In PSO Dark Falls is like, yeah, that is kind of the only thing it does, isn't it? It just kind of laughs at the start of the final phase. I don't think it was Falls talking in Phantasy Star II before you fight him. I can't remember now. I know you open the chest and there's a little bit of dialogue, but I can't remember if it's from Falls or if it's something else. Yeah, NGS files, well, the Dolls files are not real files. They are literally created ones. The Stardust ones are. They do talk a little bit. I know Dark Files Vile does talk during the fight. Doesn't say a whole lot, though. Okay, so we need to go back to the jetty. Then go into jet mode again. And then do a really annoying walk. Cool. Okay, so we need to, first of all, just head southwest. It's the same as in PSO2. A lot of the false fights in PSO2, they kind of talk to you during. Oh yeah, Jokey, there's a few Starless Falls. There's Dark Falls Solus, Dark Falls Dalian. They're kind of lesser ones, but then there is Dartfall's Vile, which is like the leader of the Starless so far. Been keeping out of the loop for the continent that builds up, yeah. I think the new Alter Realm area that they added was actually quite fun. Unfortunately, they've done a stupid thing with it where, as good as Alter Realm is, they've added a limited quest this week, which drops some new stuff as well that doesn't drop in Alter Realm, so everyone's just running the limited quest at the minute. I imagine when there's no limited quests on, people will go back to Alter Realm because it is still really, really good farming. Okay, so let's jump on this jet. By which I mean Ren. So somewhere over here, there is a cave to, well, there is a teleporter to Iridia. Yeah, it's like right at the southeast. Unfortunately, I don't think there's actually an airport near it, so we have to land quite far away. Lyle died for this. Yeah, honestly, Jockey, it won't take you too long to catch up with the story. They're still, as a lot of people probably tell you, there isn't really a whole lot in the story at the minute. They're kind of doing mini episodes about every 2 months. From the dialogue, it makes it seem like someone put the chest there for Falls and someone else was talking to you when they said, "This is a present from our world, take it." That makes sense, actually. Yeah, that's the thing, Jack. It's really funny, isn't it? So, Lyle died after literally carrying us over a little river when Ren could just transform the whole time. So basically we want to go here, but there is no airport nearby, so we have to land wherever the nearest one is, which is not near. So I think... yeah, so from there, I think the nearest one is actually this one here. He forgot. Maybe he did. They forgot the landing gear. It's just kind of strange though, isn't it, how he just doesn't mention the entire game. Oh, by the way, I can transform into stuff. That might be useful to you at some point. Yeah, these are warblers, not to be confused with chirpers or rappies, despite being exactly the same, but purple. And being no harder. Oh, this is going to be really annoying, actually. I'm going to assume that I can't walk past this mountain range. I'm going to assume it's going to be a pain and make me walk all the way around. Last point I left off in Jess was the leader of the Stars calling out the fact that there's a fetal played right into their hands by making Halfa an all-you-can-eat buffet for them. Yeah, I think... so since then... I'm trying to think how much more there's been since then. I think we got another chapter after that, I think, and then a few mini-episodes. There isn't a whole lot more. I've said it several times, but it's very, very apparent with NGS that the story is not one of their priorities. They seem happy just doing the mini-episodes for now. Which, as a lore enjoyer, kind of sucks, but... oh, I don't like these guys. Okay, we need to take that thing out of the back very quickly. So, Ren, you can attack the big scary dinosaur. Because we ran to these guys before. I don't know if it was this specific one, but there's one of these that just pretty much instant kills you. Laia, if you want to use magic as well, I'm assuming you have some kind of attack magic. Hopefully. No? Should be fine. Put this screen next to PSI2 episode 4, same thing. Yeah, the story is weird, friends. Yes, they are building it, but because they're focusing on other things with the game, it just feels like the story's kind of fell behind. I was going to say, Vintage, is it only the ones on Iridia that do tons of damage? Because I know it was definitely the Iridia ones that killed me. If it's just the Iridia ones, that's fine, although we are going to Iridia soon, so... So amazingly, it has actually let us walk past those mountains, which I did not expect. Also, yeah, for anyone who's keeping up with NGS, just to let you know, the next NGS headline that's coming out is probably going to be a short one, I think, because they're doing this thing where they're showing, instead of showing the entire month, they're going to show, I think, half of the month on the next headline. And then after that, the next headline is going to be like a live event from Japan where Japanese players are going to get to try some of the new content. And they're doing like a live headline from there. I don't know what they're doing for global, whether they're going to translate it or not. So just be aware the next headline will probably be a short one. So that is the passageway to Iridia. So we need to go further south. Well, thankfully the dinosaur died before I did anything. I think it is the ones on Iridia though, so hopefully those ones don't do it as well. Also, I think I can close my map for that dungeon we did. So it should be down here, I think, and then to the west. But it's kind of funny that even with the teleporters and everything, it still takes a while to get anywhere. Yeah, I'm not sure, Jokey. I mean, I've said this several times, but I do feel like they released 13-star weapons too early. I feel like we didn't really get long enough to sit on 12 stars. But the thing is, what you have to remember as well with NGS is it's not just the 13 stars, we've also got the Legend series weapons as well. So we're probably going to we've got the 13 stars, then at some point we're probably going to get more Legend weapons, that might be Legend 2. And I do know that when you search for weapons, the Legend thing goes up to about Legend, I can't remember if it was Legend 10 or Legend 15. So there are a lot of rarities of weapons left. NGS slander, my beloved. Okay, so we now should be in Iridia. Now, I'm going to assume we go and talk to Myun now. Is it finally time? Oh my god, it actually is time to go and talk to Myun. Wouldn't we wait 3 generations for this? Yeah, Legend is a new type of rarity, so the way they explained it is that Legend weapons will predominantly be weapons from other Phantasy Star games. So far there's only one Legend series, which is the Legendios, which are a reskin of the 4 boss weapons from PSO2. But there is going to be others as well. And they're basically designed to have kind of different effects to the like regular 12 and 13 stars. Yeah, so the Legend weapons are basically side grades. So the Legend 1 weapons, so the Legendios, they are roughly equivalent to sort of the upper end of 12 star to maybe the low end of 13 star. So they're around equivalent to those. They tend to be weapons with quite interesting potentials though. But yeah, Legend is definitely not the max rarity. The best weapons in the game at the minute are the Crest weapons, which are just regular 13 stars. They're a nightmare to get. Yeah, I'm just waiting to see what they add for the legend weapons because I want them to add more PSO stuff. Apparently, I don't know if it's true, but apparently I've heard that there may be Lavis in some files. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but there's a chance. Yeah, I'd love to get Psycho Wand. I mean, we do have a camo of it in ingest, but it would be cool to get the actual weapon. Okay, so where exactly in Iridia are we at the minute? I think we need to go to Hazard Attack and Heal first, and then we can go and talk to Mion. So we're now in Iridia. An actual Lavis cannon as a launcher, maybe. Yeah, World of Guardians would be cool to say. Although if we're talking dual blades, I want Sanguinasha. Okay, so I think we just head like southeast from here. Garudo Mira. Yeah, Garudo Mira is available as a weapon camo. And it is actually called Garudo Mira. It kind of annoyed me that when they added some of the PSO weapon camos, that they added a dual blade camo. Also, we need to kill this dinosaur very quickly. Okay. Yeah, they added some PSO weapons as weapon camos. But for the dual blades, they decided to add twin Agito instead, or well, it was twin Orochi Agito, which first of all didn't even exist in PSO. You only had a single one. And could you not have just given us Sanguinasha at that point? Hi, Mion. We're back to see you in a minute. Because Elia just got instant killed by the dinosaur. Because that's what they do. I like how the other enemies doing like 7 damage and the dinosaur just one-shots. Balanced game, by the way. Still think it's funny that while everyone else is playing dress up all the time, here's me and a Hugh Caskin not giving a crap about playing a fashion show. Yeah, it appeals to different people. I was away for a bit. Did you have Chris equip Arakio's sword? I have not equipped it yet. I couldn't use the menu when I was in the Sunken Palace, but I guess we can now. Although given it says I hold Dark Force, maybe let's save it first. Although I think Dark Force is off doing other things at the minute. Now I've got to find who's actually got it. Has Kara got it? Right, who has this sword? I like how Muse just stolen it. Hold Dark Force gently like a hamburger. Yeah, you just had to, like, you know, snap back to Nibirius and just go and take care of that. I'm going to assume we can't give this to Chris. Yeah, because of course, he is full on items. Okay, so then Mew, give Arakio's sword to Chris. Well, NGS Anime Convention Simulator 2025 on the Infinity Discord last night. I've never seen everyone agree with something so fast on there ever. Yeah, they are very, very different games. I like both of them. Yes, I prefer PSO. NGS, though, I mean, if you are into like the fashion side of it, NGS is fantastic for that. It's probably one of the best games for that kind of thing. Same for PSO 2 Classic as well, honestly. They moved a lot in that direction. It's obviously because they realise, you know, they can make a lot of money from scratches of outfits. Again, that's not just an NGS problem, that was a PSO2 based thing as well. Again, I think probably PSU is the one that started the fashion thing. I mean, you change outfits in PSO, but it's not really fashion. Okay, that is a very strong sword. Cool. Okay, so while we're here, let's just we may as well rest it in while we're here. Fashion is good, not my kind of focus, just want to play the game. Yeah, I think there are very different player groups. There are those who just want to, you know, grind for rares and stuff and, you know, play the game, level of characters and so on. And there are some who want to do the fashion and some want to mix of both. I mean, I know some people who literally just play to do the creative space and do nothing else. So there is a wide variety of people who play the game for very, very different reasons. Which I think is kind of NGS's strength and weakness. I think it's good because it caters to a lot of different types of player, but it also means it's not really specialising in any one particular thing. So it can kind of get its identity lost a bit sometimes. That's the way I see it anyway. Alright, we're going to go and talk to Myun. I would laugh if she just said, "Can I have Arakio's sword?" and we just lose it immediately. That'd be really funny. So let's go and talk to Myun. In lady, be careful out there. I heard some guy just unsealed dark balls from under the lake. What if you want to talk to Myun, but Dark Force said, "I gotta go return some videotapes"? Yeah, Myun's gotta go out for some milk and never comes back. We had the idea of what if we could get our hands on the base game and retweak it to match more of the gameplay, little PSO for items and rares. Because after all, what are we really doing in PSO besides a never-ending rare drop hunt? Rare drop hunting, lobby idling, trying to get your foot on chest stuck in the pillars in the lobby, trying to get the huge choo-choo ball in the lobby stuck in the teleporter. That's what you do in PSO. Okay, let's go and talk to Myun finally. Would you recognise this black sword anywhere? Oh, she's not looking good. The black sword. Arakio, you've returned. Close enough. She's really not looking so good though. I guess wandering around the desert for 1,000 years does that to you. I'm so glad to meet you again before I... Myun collapses. We waited 3 generations for this. 3 generations. Immediately dies. I swear, this game. Mew found and Mion's claw inside. Also very nice of it to turn into a treasure chest. Yeah, so we've now had 2 deaths of cringe, haven't we? We had Lyle and now Mion as well. I can't believe we literally waited 3 generations to talk to her, and then she just immediately goes, "Oh hi, it's Arakio," and then dies. PSO becomes a game about using the wedding ceremony disc to mildly annoy other players. I used to do that with the Knight's disc instead. But yeah, you definitely do that as well. Hey, it actually went to the right inventory. I'm gonna assume that's quite strong. So what's stronger, a Force Claw or a Laser Claw? I'm gonna check this now. So if I remove the Laser Claw, which goes down to 191. If I remove the Force Claw, 182. Okay, so Force Claw is stronger. So I guess we can replace the Laser Claw with Mion's Claw. Yeah, that's pretty strong. I have to go, my planet needs me. Yeah, apparently. Okay, so we now have another one of the items we needed. Well, I've actually got 2 because we've got Arakio's sword and Mion's claw now. PSO hit meta is how Dreamcast original 1 in 280k drops live on. Okay, so we have Mion's claw. Now what? Okay, so of the items we needed, so which ones do we actually have? So we've got Loon Slicer. That's 1. We've got Arakio's sword. That's 2. We have Mion's claw. That's 3. And we have Liar's bow. So we've got 4. So we have 4 out of 5, which makes sense because Ren is the only one that doesn't have one. So I think the one for Ren, I'm assuming it's the Siren Cannon or whatever it is. Did you check out the Front Mission 3 remake yet? I have not, and I probably won't unless they fix some things with it. I don't know if you saw it, Tricky, but basically a lot of the artwork that they use in the internet generation, there's like an internet built into the game basically, and it has a lot of what I can only describe as like fake websites that it emulates. And a lot of the artwork in those, it's heavily suspected that they've used AI generation. Some of the 2D artwork as well, it seems very likely that it's been AI generated, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I'm probably not going to bother with it. I'm totally fine just playing the original Front Mission 3, I think, at this point. It's a real shame because I wanted it to be good. I really wanted to, to play it quite a bit. But I've seen a lot of screenshots of the internet in the game, and it looks terrible. It's a problem with a lot of the Front Mission remakes. They're all made by different teams, and they're all made on what seems to be a very, very small budget. I mean, I suppose if you've never played Front Mission 3, the original version, I guess it would probably be fine. The game itself, as far as I know, still runs okay. Yeah, I think if you've played the original game though, you'll probably notice where they've cut corners. That's the thing, I mean, I'm not necessarily against them using things like AI upscaling, you know, because if they just want to upscale the original art, I wouldn't necessarily be against that, because it would be, I suppose, a cheaper way of doing it. But you can tell they use things like generative AI, because some of the artwork on the internet pages on it just doesn't even resemble the original game. So I think one example it gave was in the original game, there's a picture of one of the mechs in a city. And it's basically been destroyed and it's on fire, and it's like meant like a news photo of this destroyed mech. In the remake, it's a helicopter for some reason, and there's loads of other things changed. It's very weird. Yeah, it's only on Switch at the minute. It will probably come to PC because I know the first two have. Suikoden Remake has the same problem. I didn't know that. I get that AI can be used to, you know, to make things a lot easier. I get that, but there are some situations where I don't think it should be used. I also think, honestly, I kind of feel it's a bit disrespectful to the original artists as well. Basically just using AI generation to try and mimic their original art. So yeah, I do still plan on playing through Front Mission 3 on stream. It will probably be after Phantasy Star 4, I think, but I will play the original version. Okay, so now, apparently all we need to do now is try and find Siren. Which I mean, I assume Siren's shot we probably get from Siren. I'm going to guess we fight Siren again. We are now in the third part of the guide as well, so we're now on the final part of Phantasy Star 3. We're on the final stretch now. Okay, so apparently we now need to head to Aquatica. Okay, so to get to Aquatica from here, again, there is far too much walking around. Where is Aquatica? Probably the last one I come to is northeast. Okay. Is there a airstrip near it? Can we fly there, or do we have to walk? No, we have to walk. Cool. I don't know what I expected. Maybe next week, Phantasy Star 4. Yeah, I'm not sure. We are definitely getting close to the end. I suppose a lot of it's going to depend on how many fights we get on the way, how hard the final bosses are. I mean, if we don't finish this week, we'll finish it next week and we'll start Phantasy Star 4. So it's either going to be this stream or next stream that we finish it. If it's a remake, it should be remade. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, they have remade it in the loosest terms possible. There was also just some other things in Front Mission that I didn't like what they did with the remake. So, like, they redesigned all the mechs. I'm all for, like, updating them to make them look more modernized, you know, because it was an old PS1 game. But they quite significantly redesigned how some of them look, to the point where I don't really recognize them. Let's petition the EU to make it so that games that use AI for art are called recycled instead of remake. I mean, I think, doesn't Steam now require publishers and developers to say that the game has AI generation in it? or uses AI. I'm sure they have to like notify Steam. I think it lets you know on the store page. So where is this? Okay, that is Draconia, so I want to go north from here. You know, speaking of petitions though, at least it looks like the Stop Killing Games petition's doing well. The unfortunate thing is that the UK is kind of separate in that, so we have our own petition in the UK, which our petition has passed as well, and it has gone to Parliament. I think Parliament issued a statement about it originally saying that they weren't planning on changing anything, but now it's got way more signatures, so I think they have to discuss it now. I don't expect anything to change in the UK, unfortunately. Recall Call of Duty having issues with AI because they gen seasonal backgrounds for a Christmas zombie event or something. I mean, there's a really easy joke about Call of Duty and effort there somewhere, but oh, it's at 1.5 million signatures now. Nice. I know they were a bit worried at first because they were saying that they were concerned that quite a lot of the signatures might be faked ones. But if it's at 1.5, oh, it's at 1.37. I mean, 1.37, I think they've got a reasonable chance of having that be legitimate signatures now. I mean, that is significantly over the 1 million target. Okay, so we're now in Aquatica, so now we need to look again. Okay, so we came from Iridia. Where on earth is the Temple of Iridia? Ah, there. Okay, so where are we going here? We need to rest up at a place called Agor and stock up on Trimates. That doesn't sound good. Okay, so where is Agor? It's an island in the middle. Can we fly to it? Yes, we can. Cool. Stock up on Tri-Burgers. We can actually fly to where we need to go. I know, it's amazing. Okay, so yeah, this was Agor. You got anything new to say? Agor, the land of swordsmen, is peaceful. Maybe not for long. Long ago, I met a one-eyed knight named Lyle. Someone want to break it to him that he died of cringe several episodes ago. Okay, so we do need to stock up while we're here. Is there anything else we need to get while we're here? No, just lots of Trimates, apparently. Maybe someone patched this so Ren could fly from the start and land anywhere. Yes, you could actually finish the game without getting fights every 2 seconds. I don't know if we even have space for Trimates. I guess we can sell Dimates and buy Trimates, I guess. They don't even sell Trimates. Rest up at Agor and stock up on Trimates. This is Agor. There are no Trimates. Why are you lying to me, guide? Well, fine, I'll rebuy that Dimate back then. speedrun turns into Ren flying towards the moon at max speed. See, I'm not sure why it's saying we can stock up on trimates there, because we clearly can't. However, I do know that Shisoran was right nearby, so maybe we can check there and just see if there's any there. I don't think we can. Okay, so the enemies have upgraded it here. They're doing a bit more damage. They kind of remind me of that, I said this before, it was like a Pokemon, but they remind me of a different one. They remind me of, I can't remember the name of it now, but there's a Pokemon that just looks like a gear. I think, is it something like Clink or something? Kind of reminds me of that. Oh yeah, Shisoran's not looking too hot, is it? I forgot that. Yeah, I kind of forgot that Shisoran isn't in a good place. Yeah, I think there was like an evolutionary line. I'm sure they'll have really similar names, as is often the way with Pokemon. Okay, so I guess we won't buy Trimates. So head east of Aggo to Sage Isle via Submersible, which I assume we do here. At least it's not as original as Seal. And then later on we got Sfeel. You know, the name that sounds exactly like the real life animal. Alright, where are we going? So we need to head east and go to somewhere called Sage Isle. Oh yes, Sfeel is a precious round boy and must be protected. Right, so where is Sage Isle from here? Is it just east? Yeah, it's kind of northeast from here. And very thematically, it's called Sage Isle and it's the shape of a cross. Is it this? Yeah, that looks like a cross. Have you seen those real-life Pokemon documentaries? There's one for Sfeel. I have not seen them. So speaking of Pokemon, this kind of looks like a cave that you would find like a legendary Pokemon in. Just in the middle of nowhere with nothing else around it. I feel like we're going to go and catch like an Articuno or something. I'm guessing we're probably not going to catch an Articuno. Okay, so we're going here. Another dungeon. This is not too complex of a cave. Nice, we like to hear that. Yeah, Chris just did 830 damage. Could be Digimon evolution and have a dog evolve into a Velociraptor, then into a naval warship with buff arms for no reason. Yeah, I think Digimon definitely goes more crazy with the evolutions. I never really got massively into Digimon. My brother was a huge fan of it, particularly the early series of it. Yeah, the enemies are now just generic green man with scimitar. So the only Digimon game that I have played is I played the first, I think it was the first Digimon World on PlayStation 1. That is it. Okay, so we go right from here and then go down either of the two paths that appear. Oh, we've got spooky skeletons. That game is so flawed, it's amazing. I don't remember a whole lot about it. I just remember... I remember there being a Digimon that was essentially just a pile of poo or something. Or something like that. Like a green slimy thing. I can't remember now. Should watch some YouTubers trying to break it. Yeah, I think watching like people try and break games can be really funny. I mean, you know, anyone who's seen like PSO speedruns where they stack multiple weapons on top of each other, it is very broken. Oh, we actually got an actual dragon. That actually doesn't look too bad. As sprites go in this game, that doesn't look too bad. And then mine is dead. Maybe it does a lot of damage. They really said, F it, send the magenta Chinese dragon. I should not have just opened that, because we know that chests in this game are dangerous now. We did find a royal sword. Is that going to be better than Arakio's sword, though? Oh, now we need to find who it's gone to as well. Alright, who took the sword? Mew. I mean, I'd be surprised if it's better than Arakio's, but I guess we can check. So we're at 318 attack at the minute. No, that goes down quite a bit. I mean, it's still strong, but it's not as strong as Arakio's. It would be really funny if it was stronger. Okay, so... just save it. That Falls was the menus. We had to menu along the way. It feels that way. Maybe this time the dragon will get to do something. It might actually get to do something. No. Oh. Save. So that would be, I'm assuming that's Siren. Yeah, that was just another Ren lost down here. Dark Force escaped a chest only to miss being inside one, so he jumped into a random one, and you have to play the rest of the game never knowing which one it's going to be. It's like Russian roulette with chests. Yeah, let's see. Do we think that Siren will also die of cringe? Let's find out. I fought Lion many long centuries ago. I nursed my hatred and attacked Lion people. But on Sage Isle, I found that the lions are not our real enemies. I'm sorry for my mistake. That's totally fine. Never mind, he's dead. I'm sensing a theme here. Well, thanks, Siren, I guess. They were just so sick of it, yeah. They were just waiting for us to get to this point in the game. That's why it's called Generations of Doom. They all just die of cringe. Yes, that's what, is that 3 people now? So we've had, what, Lyle, Myun, and Siren? Recently found some concept art of Siren, and he's labelled Siren Type 0889. Typical Lyle move. Classic Lyle. Okay, so now head to the top and go all the way left. Yeah, we are starting to get some more sort of undead kind of cosmic horror enemies, so I guess we are getting to the Dark Force part of the game. I hope whatever chest I turn into when I die has something useful. Oh, another chest. Vulcan. And we did just get Siren shot as well, so it feels weird getting a Vulcan as well. Oh, we've got more inventory rebalancing to do, haven't we? Kind of weird that the Vulcan has gone to his inventory, but the Siren one hasn't. I went to Mew, sorry. Okay, time for more inventory balancement. I guess we can get rid of an antidote. You found the ultimate weapon, the charge Vulcans. But did they have hit though? That's the thing. Okay, so let's check these weapons for Ren, see which one's better. So the Vulcan gives us 307 attack. Siren Shot is 334. I'm assuming Siren Shot is probably single target. Honestly, with the party we've got now, I kind of feel like single target is fine now. And we're probably going to fight bosses soon. So I think single target's maybe a better one to go for now. Yeah, Vulcan with no hit or special. Junk. And with that as well, we now have all of the legendary weapons that we needed. Found a Royal ML. Is anyone actually using... I think... ML, was that a shield, I think? If so, I don't think any of my characters have ever used a shield in this. It does feel like we were getting right at the end because the game is just giving us a ton of stuff now. Okay, the Drake finally attacked and did 18 damage, which is really underwhelming. The skeleton guy is actually way more dangerous. Why does the sword phase in and out? I think it's when he casts, so he casts on all of your party, and it seems like, I guess maybe the sword isn't be magic, maybe? I guess that's what they were trying to go for. It doesn't really work that well. Okay, so we'll go up here. Okay, so then we go all the way left. Oh, we have a new dragon. Dragon herders talking shit. It doesn't matter, it still dies. It's an Eldritch sword, it both does and doesn't exist here. It's Schrodinger's sword. I think with how many fights we're getting here, it's almost like this is trying to keep us in Phantasy Star III. It's like, no, you can't lead this game. You're going to get a fight every 2 steps, and you're never going to finish this game. Yeah, again, I will say that the combat in this game has been a significant step down from Phantasy Star 2. In 2, I actually had to think about what I was doing. In this, I basically just mash auto attack. Tons of experience. Surely the final boss is very strong. Right. Right? I've got no idea. I mean, the majority of the bosses so far have been really, well, an absolute joke. The only one that really put up any fight at all was Siren. Like, Siren did at least do a bit of damage. He still died very quickly, but... Okay, is there anything else we need to do here? Yeah, apparently there are more people here we need to talk to that we missed, so I'm going to get a map and see how to actually get to those. Okay, yeah, I think we just totally missed it. So I'll probably get a few more fights, unfortunately, but... Good news, 4 will also have you considering what you do in combat. Good. I mean, I don't know how hard 4 is. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be a lot more difficult than this game, because this game has been very easy for the most part. It's not hard, it's fun. Okay. I'm okay with that. I feel like difficulty has been a bit of an interesting thing with these classic games so far. I think 1 was obviously very, very hard at the start, then got very easy, and then wasn't really hard again until right at the end. 2 was very hard at the end, but apart from that, wasn't too bad. I haven't said that near first was pretty difficult as well. Just 2 seconds, guys. I'll be back in a sec. Sorry about that. It's difficult towards the end, but not so crazy. I'm okay with that. I mean, I want it to be at least a challenge towards the end, you know? You can set macros and do special combo attacks. Oh, nice. I'm glad to see there's some kind of evolution in the combat then. Again, I've done a tiny bit of the very first part of 4, but I didn't really get anywhere, so I'm very, very excited for it. I don't know if you noticed, but the dragon's hair changes colour when it attacks. Honestly, didn't notice. Oh, we got another one. We now have just generic dragon. Will it get a chance to flash its hair, or will it die beforehand? It died beforehand. Okay, so we want to ignore this path. Here. Yeah, honestly, what I'm looking for from 4, because I know a lot of people have said it's a really, really good game. What I'm looking for from it is I want it to be more focused on the story. I feel in this, I mean, I feel like 3 honestly isn't too bad for that. I know we all meme about all the dying of cringe and everything, but 3 does at least try and tell you what's going on in the story. I feel like 1 and 2 are a little bit meager for that. 2 is good right at the end, where it gives you massive lore dumps. But from 4, I want there to be a lot more focus on the story and a lot more focus on the interaction between characters as well. That's the main thing I'm wanting, really. And a royal shield. Again, I doubt I'm going to really use that, to be honest. So that is a massive troll path. We want to go this one. We're getting all the Mountain Dew flavors of dragon. It seems that way. That little imp dude just did 41 damage. I do not appreciate that. Also, how does the tiny little imp thing do way more damage than the big-ass dragon? How does that work? It basically went full anime on 4. Yeah, I think it might have been Draken mentioned it last time. I'm sure Drax said that there was more conversations between characters in 4, which if there is, I'm very excited for that. Because that is the kind of one area where I feel the previous 3 games have been lacking a little bit. Although again, honestly, to anyone who hasn't played this, I would say give it a shot. It has been better than I thought it would be, but please play it with the walking speed mod. Apart from the walking speed, honestly, it seems fine. It's not amazing, but it's a nice entry into the series, and it's good to see where some of the ideas came from. Okay, we've got more spooky cults, I guess. That's cults. People call this place Sage Isle. Who knows if your puny weapons are enough? I mean, I literally have Arakio's sword and all of the legendary weapons. I would hope they're enough. Also, what's your problem? Also, someone might want to do something about the monster infestation you've got in this room. Just a thought. All the legendary weapons have been gathered for the first time in 1,000 years. I would say 1,000 years mentioned, but we've already freed Dark Falls at this point. It's already gone to shit. We needed to go back for the 1,000 years. We did. You are worthy to hear the ancient word spoken. The ancient word of power is the word nay. Now, is that just directly referencing Phantasy Star II? Because where else would they get nay from? One fun feature in Phantasy Star IV is the talk option, which basically has your party discuss where to go next. Great for when you haven't played in a week. That is a really good feature. We now give the grants technique to Mew. So we've got grants and Megad in the same episode. Cool. I have no idea what grants does in this game. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if I should just still just attack. Garrett. Close enough. Okay, well, thank you for grants. Go now and fulfill your destiny. It does, like, sound like we are setting up a final boss time. It's a convenient tech. It's weird because in the guide it says they teach me grants, which, like Megad, cannot do anything. So, does it actually appear in your tech list? I mean, it's there. I mean, it doesn't have a tech cost or a tech level, so I assume it just means it can't be leveled. Same for Megad as well. Okay, so now where do we need to go? Head out and return to Frigidia. Oh God, there's so much backtracking. Okay, let us use an escape to get out of here. Okay, so it's crazy, isn't it? Like, it feels like this episode in particular, we've just had to constantly go between the different worlds. Okay, so now we need to go what? Frigidia, was it? So go back to Frigidia and go to the Sky Haven. So can we get to Frigidia from here? Or do we have to go through a big labyrinth of different worlds? Please tell me we can go back. We can go to Draconia. Or we can go to London. That is the only options from here. So from London, can I go there? Is that a thing I can do? We can go to Elysium. Aquatica. So if we go to London and then go to Elysium, can we then go from Elysium to Frigidia? Yes, we can. Okay. That is a long route. Fine. So first order of business. Good to see 8-bit as well. So first of all, we need to go from Aquatica. Stop by the Guardian's Colony 5th floor, exactly. Alternatively, if we go to Draconia, can we go to it from there? Because that might be faster. We can go to Terminus, which I don't think I've ever been to. We can go to Iridia. Aquatica. No. Brilliant. Without a guide, how the heck do you know where to go? With difficulty, I imagine. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go from Aquatica, we'll go back to Landon. So Landon Passageway is just west of here. And while we're here, because we are quite close to Rysel here as well, maybe it's worth just checking in Rysel and seeing if they have trimates. I have no idea what that monster is meant to be. I'm not even going to dwell too much on that. I assume it's meant to be like a dryad or an ent or something. I don't like it. But yeah, I guess, Mist, the way you would do it is you would have a lot of this mapped out. Again, if anyone who does want to play this, there is a website called Hughes Johnson, and Hughes Johnson has annotated maps for basically every area in this game, which is incredibly useful. Shiny star, you. Alright, so let's check in Rysel. Oh, we've got more cool marbles. It does kind of feel like they were starting to run out of ideas for enemies at this point. I don't know, just put a circle in. That'll be fine. It's like, what are the kids like these days? Marbles. Yeah, put one in. A game where you fight a Zubat every 5 steps sounds like hell. Yeah, pretty much. So we may as well heal up here because why not? So I will quickly check the item shop and just see if they've got trimates in here. And if they don't, we'll just push on. This game had Ozma before Ozma was a thing. No, but I will buy another Escapipe. Okay, so... if we go west from here, this should take us to East Landon, or alternatively we get another fight. Okay, so this will take us to East Landon. You watch the USA advert Genesis does for Phantasy Star III, and it literally shows the final boss. I mean, WTF. It's like showing one of the ships that for the algo system on the box. Seems like they also wanted to make some enemies be weird to make the player say, "What are you?" Yeah, I guess so. Right, so we're now in Landon. So from Landon, we can go to... let's see. So I want to go to Elysium next. Is there any airport or anything nearby? Is that a thing we can do? So we could walk to Ilan, go to the airport, fly from there to... there is an airport right next to the Elysium Temple, so yeah, let's do that. Okay, so just west from here, more or less. a slight step down in enemies there. Yeah, I always hated that 8-bit when they do that in any of the trailers or magazines or anything. Really? Yeah, it's always very strange when they just decide to show the final boss of an RPG. Like, surely the final boss of an RPG is something that you kind of look forward to. You know, bear in mind how long you've spent in the game. Okay, these slashes don't do too much damage. It's just the ones in Iridia. Played through a lot of this game without a guide. It's way more doable than Phantasy Star II, believe me. I can believe that. I think some of the dungeons in 2 were a lot more difficult. I think the only dungeon I've really struggled with in this one was the one I started this stream with. That is a very awkward dungeon. But even there, I don't think it's anywhere near as hard as some of the Phantasy Star II dungeons. Okay, so over here there should be an airstrip. So now we want to fly, I think it's southwest from here? Yeah. So there should be a landing strip around here somewhere. There is. Okay, so then this should take us to Elysium. I'd actually forgotten that those enemies existed. They don't get any less weird. Okay, so now we can teleport to Elysium. I feel like this part of the game is kind of testing our knowledge of the way the game is laid out. Okay, so now we're in Elysium. So from Elysium, I'm sure we can get to Frigidia. So we arrived... Let's see. Yeah, so we're in like the north of here at the minute. And we need to head to Frigidia. Is there an airport nearby I can land at? No. Actually, yes, we can. We can fly to the central city and then go south from there. That's the central city, not central city as in NGS. I realised that as I was saying it. Okay, more cool flying. But yeah, Phantasy Star II is definitely more difficult to navigate for sure. So it's somewhere around here. I don't know where exactly it is. Okay, it is kind of northwest from here. Yeah, so that is Aeron. We need to land here. And then from here, we need to go southeast. Oh, maybe it's worth checking for trimates in here again. We're here, we may as well. I'm just conscious that we're probably going towards final boss territory, so... Okay, do you have trimates? You do? Okay. Let's just sell a few of these. I'm not going to do every single one, but let's just sell a few of them, just buy a few trimates so we've got some in. Does Ren have any? Yeah, we can get rid of a couple on Ren. I think if everyone's got about 2, that should be fine. I do feel like I'm better prepared in this game than I was in 2. In 2, I don't think I had any... I had 1 or 2 star mists and not much else. Finally, we'll just quickly check Kara. There's probably a few things you can sell here. Honestly, sell a lot of laser sword, but we don't need it. And we probably don't need the false gear as well, to be fair. Or the monomate for that matter. Okay, just give me a couple of trimates and then we will get going. Okay, that'll do. So at least we're a bit stocked up now. So a little bit of a diversion, but... So now we just need to go southeast from here, and that should take us to Frigidia. And then we're at least in the right region again then. Yeah, Chris just casually hitting for 1,000 damage, no big deal. Okay, so this brings us back to Frigidia, so we're now in the right actual area. So where do I actually need to go in Frigidia? I think it was Skyhaven, I think. Yeah, we need to go back to Skyhaven. Please don't make me go in Skyhaven dungeon again. I really don't want to. Would there be any chance of an area I can fly from? That would be very nice. Ah, yes, there is. Cool. Well, first, more fights. Yeah, I still do feel like for difficulty, I feel that... Honestly, I feel like 1 is probably the hardest game to get started in so far. You know, again, for anyone who caught the very start of the Phantasy Star 1 playthrough, I literally died on like the first enemy. game, we really do not need to fight every 2 steps. It is slightly overkill. Especially when we're just slaughtering through everything anywhere. Okay, Rent, do you think? So now we need to go to Skyhaven, which is pretty much directly east of here. So apparently we just talk to people again. Okay, so I guess we have to go in the actual castle again. Yeah, I do feel we are definitely getting into the closing stage of this game now. I will, for anyone wondering as well, I will do a video on it like I've done with Phantasy Star 1 and 2, covering my thoughts on it once I finish. Okay, let's talk to these dudes again. You may indeed be ready for the task ahead. Make sure to watch all endings before that video. I will do. I am interested to see how different the other endings are. Near is the word of ultimate power. I like how this guy just tells us. Realistically, this guy does not know that we know the word of power. But he's thinking, oh crap, I've just told them. Use the near weapons to destroy Dark Force. Please do not tell me there is a near sword gimmick in this fight. Equip yourselves with the near weapons. Our task is over. Yours truly begins now. Ah, it has actually upgraded the weapons. Again, it doesn't tell you that it de-equips everything. That could be a bit of a surprise if you went in the Dark Force fight and just didn't have the weapons equipped. I know one of the NPCs says equip the near weapons. Where are you headed now? Skyhaven. Oh, have you just come from there? I'm in Skyhaven at the minute, so we've got the weapons of legend. We know the word of power, and it looks like our weapons have just been upgraded to the near weapons. It does scare me that this is the near sword. I am having kind of Phantasy Star II flashbacks. Not in a good way. That is very strong. Okay, Kara, I'm going to assume you have near slicer. Your attack power still really isn't that great. She really just does not feel like that useful a character. It's nice she hits everyone, but I don't know, she seems quite limited usefulness so far. Okay, Ren now has the near shot. Time for 4-digit damage with a near sword. That has 367 attack. That is insane. That's stronger than Chris. I think it is heading for the Council in Skyhaven at this point. Oh, so is she actually going to get a near claw? Alright, that's kind of cool. I like that. I have not seen any humans in this game, Pika, no. That's a nice little reference, though, that they do call the claw the near claw. I don't know if it's intentional, but I appreciate it. That is also pretty strong. I've heard that other Kara, she helps a lot with healing. So I heard that. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I heard that depending on which storyline you go down, you apparently get Kara on both of them, but she's completely different on each. Yeah, I got what you mean. I mean, I'm okay for healing. I've got Mew and I've got Lyre as well. But it would be nice to have another character instead of Mew doing the healing, so that Mew could focus on attacking more. Yeah, you can use the near bow. Alright, so we now have the near weapons. Can we now top this guy? I was just making sure he didn't unequip me again. Okay, so we have upgraded our weapons. Okay, so it now recommends leaving and going to get another claw from Mew. I'm not using an escape to get out of here. The levels are so super unbalanced. Yeah, it's really weird how the leveling works in this jockey. Very weird. I think the whole reason it's like this is because obviously Mew and Ren persist through each of the 3 generations, so they just level up as the generations go on. I mean, obviously one way they could have got around that would be to just start Mew and Ren from level 1 again, but they obviously didn't want to do that. Okay, so where do I need to buy this stuff from? So we need to go to New Mortar, which, if I remember correctly, was right at the east. So I say east as he goes west. Directions. I'm sure there's like a little island around here somewhere. I think this is it. I do love the little transformation scenes for Ren. I still haven't continued with Phantasy Star Guiding on the Game Gear yet, as the encounter rate is an enemy every 3rd step. It's absolutely bonkers. I do kind of want to check those games out because I know they're games that are really not that well known. But I'll probably leave that till a bit later, I think. Okay, so do we need to alter our tech distribution at all? Oh, I don't like that. Alter Mew's text to favour Revere. Is that implying I'm going to die a lot? I don't know if I want to do that. I like having her as healing. Ah yes, I forgot these were incredibly expensive. Also, the Pulse Vulcan is the good Vulcan, not the regular Vulcan. So apparently we need to buy a planar claw. Do we need to? I thought Mew already had one. Maybe I'm wrong? Oh no, she does need one. I really thought I'd already bought one, but I guess I didn't. Okay, so planar claw. I think I'm getting mixed up with planar slicer. I know that Kara does definitely have one of those. Split the cancer and the word of power is enhanced your weapons. Yeah, they've all been upgraded to the near weapons now, so a little bit stronger. Okay, anything else? So then we also need to buy planar and royal armors at the armor shop in Mistoke. Was Mistoke here, or is that... Yeah, it is. That's okay. Okay, so planar claw can replace the force claw. Yeah, she's very strong now. So now we fly again. I think we pretty much just go east from here. And somewhere around here is Mistoke. I believe that is it. Okay, where you at, weapon shop? Actually, it's armors we want, isn't it? So we are meant to buy planar and royal armors. And we want that for... So planar armor for Chris. And then the royal armors. We'll get what we can. Okay, so we want planar armor for Chris. Okay, so let's sell. Kind of crazy that Laconium armor is actually worse. Just get rid of that for now. The Raycast transform made life so much easier. He really did. It would have been nice if we'd done it earlier. So planar armor for Chris. Then we also want to sell... Yeah, we can sell that Force Claw. To buy a Royal Vest for Mew. Yeah, there is a lot of spare swords. The problem is whenever there's something that has like Laconium or something in the name, I'm like, do I need this? Okay, so we've got the vest for Mew. We need a Royal Protector for Ren. And then we're probably going to run a bit dry on money. Okay, so let's sell... Yeah, we'll sell the Strand Protector. We can probably sell the Pulse Cannon as well. Okay, we'll buy the Royal Protector for Ren. All that money we had, just gone. Okay, so Laia. Okay, Okay, you can get rid of the laser bow. You can get rid of the Laconium crown. Too many Phantasy Star games, so little time. Exactly. There are far too many. I'm basically trying to sell anything that I know I definitely don't need anymore. The hunting bow honestly can go. Does that give us enough for... So we need the Royal Fibblerer, which is that, 47,000, and we also need the Royal Robe. We need a lot of money. I mean, we'll sell what we can. I'll sell that Force Staff because I don't think I've ever used it. Alright, let's sell the Laconium Sword. We can sell the Royal Sword as well. That is a lot of money. Yeah, and the Near Sword is the strongest one, so we can get rid of that. Okay, so we can buy at least one of those armors. I think Lyra is more useful than Kara. So I think I'm going to buy the Royal Fibblerer. And then we can sell the regular Fibblerer. Still don't know what that means, but... Okay, now there's a lot of equipping to do. Okay, so you're fine. Okay, you need Royal Protector. It also actually recommends giving Ren the Power Topaz for some reason. I don't know why exactly, but I mean, we can if we can find it. So we'll go back to Dragon's Teeth for him. I really don't think it matters, honestly, but... Doesn't seem to affect his stats, so... Okay, so that is Ren sorted, so... Laconium Gear, Near Shot, Royal Protector. He doesn't have anything for the feet because there isn't anything for him. Yeah, so he's sorted. Then Chris. Laconium Helm, Near Sword. He wants the planar armor. It does say Royal Boots as well. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, then Mew is Laconium Ribbon, Near Claw, Planar Claw, Royal Vest, which we can upgrade to. Really do want to play this again though. It's nowhere near as bad as everyone says it is. The problem is that it's different to the other games in the series and that 4 is just so fantastic. I feel like 3 has a bad reputation. There are faults with it for sure, but it's better than I thought it'd be. Advancements in technology saw Laconium driven out in favour of the more easily mass-produced ceramic. I wish I were joking, but that's legitimately the law behind Laconium. Because I think she's good, and then Lyra is Rel Crown, Nebo. She wants the Royal Fibbler for armor. Yeah, there's like one or two little upgrades I could do, but I think that should be fine for the most part, honestly. Okay, for anyone who's done this before, is it worth me stocking up the rest of my slots on Trimates? The interiors in this game kind of blend together. They do. Everywhere looks the same. Okay, so we now need to head to somewhere called Terminus, which I've never been to and kind of scares me. So where is Terminus from here? It is right at the east. Do we have to take the cave for this, or can we actually teleport to it? To the temple to get there, good. Okay, so can I fly there? Is that a thing I can do? Yes, I can. Cool. I'd say keep 2 slots left, okay. It'll be useful to have some Trimates, I think. Yeah, Kara really still does not do damage. No, that is not the place you buy Trimates from. Please tell me you've got Trimates, because I really don't have to go somewhere else again. Thank you. Okay, so Mew's full. Ren's full. Kind of makes a difference if you have 2 healers versus the potential 4. Maybe it's not like Mash you're gonna have to heal, which is kind of surprising for 3. It's almost a novelty having to heal in battle. Okay, Lyra is full. That should do, I think. Okay, so we fly east. Should be like an alcove with a landing space, yep. Annoyingly, we do have to walk round here to get to where we need to go. So Kara is just going to kill everything here. Cool. In that instance, she is useful. Yeah, I don't know if I've actually been to Terminus yet, so I'm kind of interested to see what is here. Okay, so this apparently is Terminus. So give me a map for Terminus. Okay, so head to the airport and fly to East Lake. It looks friendly enough, yeah, looks fine. Okay, so the airport's just to the northeast of us. It's actually a really funny map, this, actually. There is like a very ominous thing right in the middle of it. Still got no idea what those card enemies are meant to be. Or what the guy on the left is doing. Oh, been poisoned. Because, you know. Even right in the end of the game, you just cannot resist throwing poison in there now and again. Okay, so somewhere around here. Where exactly is it? Okay, just keep going east. It's another ominous missing no. With ominous music. Okay, let's save that. I really don't like that carrot is poisoned. Do I have like random spare antidotes? Yeah, let's just try using one. I don't think I need to heal yet. Okay, so this... I guess we just talk to people here. Your death awaits you in this city of Lachute. Wow. That is very rude. Okay, so from Emeralds, go up the stairs, go left and up the stairs. And of course, there's fights. That is very interesting enemy designs. Particularly the guy on the right, who kind of appears to be melting. It does kind of look like Guile, doesn't it? Okay. So the entrance go up the stairs, left go upstairs. We wanted Siren and Loon to start another war, but we needed Reese to bring Satellite back. And that's exactly what that old fool did. I mean, it was Reese. What more did you expect? Okay, so from the entrance, go up the stairs. Go left, go up the stairs. Go right all the way and up the stairs. You can come here earlier and people would say different things. Oh, cool. That's a good point, Nimashi. It does kind of look a bit like Odin, doesn't it? Or even Rudo from 2. Kind of. The one on the right, not so much. He looks kind of dead. Okay, Pateless seem to get a lot of experience here at least. Okay, go left and then upstairs. I assume here. Centuries ago, Lyre locked the passageways between the domed worlds of our ship, Alistair III. But your father and grandfather opened them up again, enabling us to spread evil once more. So basically, everything we've done in the last 2 generations has kind of screwed everything up. Always the case in these games, isn't it, that you always inadvertently end up screwing everything up? I mean, I'm going to assume, especially with Vintage saying that the people here would say different things earlier, I've got to assume that the people here are now just directly under the influence of Dark Force. We know that's kind of how Dark Force works, so... Okay, so... I now need to see a map because now it's a very confusing part of the map. So I think this is City of Lachute, I think. My god, the map's huge. Okay, so to get our bearings where I am. I think we go left from here, if I'm reading the map right. The Cloning armor is the best stuff to have, by the way. Ren should have the royal gear on his head from Lachute Dungeon and the royal protector from his main armor from Mistor. Yeah, I got the royal protector. I don't have the royal gear yet. Dark Force brings your doom, fools. Does it bring my generations of doom, though? Okay, yeah, so we just follow this path by looks of things. Yeah, I have no idea what these enemies are meant to be, 8-bit. Okay, so we don't need to worry about her. She hit us and did 12 damage. You fools have done everything we wanted. No problem. Oh, it's every few steps, man. These guys like ghosts or what? Honestly, not really sure. I think some of them are obviously kind of spirits, or you know, we are going towards Dark Force, so kind of makes sense. So this looks like it just leads to a dead end up here. Can't see any reason I'll go there. Is there a reason to? Zubat would be like, damn, calm down. Oh, actually, I think we do actually need to go. Oh, actually. Yeah, so if I go north. Yeah, I do. I need to go this way. It's a very long, annoying detour that you have to do. You may actually be strong enough, can't really tell. I mean, I was probably overpowered as I spent a lot of time getting lost and leveling up more than I needed to. I feel like we're doing good damage apart from... You know, apart from Kara being a bit weak. Yeah, so those guys actually do a lot of damage. They were hitting everyone for 50, which is a little bit scary. Yeah, do you know what? Use another one. Okay, so... Yeah, if we go through here, I think. Yeah, pickaxe, damn it. Honestly, this wouldn't be as long if I wasn't getting ambushed constantly. Yeah, it does really feel like Carrot is just really far behind everyone. Even with the Nair Slicer, it just really isn't doing that much damage. Again, you would kind of hope for a sword attack animation there, but all we got is kind of a wiggle. I mean, these guys are actually taking a few hits to kill, which is more than I can say for most enemies so far. Yeah, enemies here are definitely a lot stronger. Particularly the magic, well, the ones that use techniques. I try and use a couple of mates here and there just to try and stop using Gerestus often. Okay, so this path, I believe... Yeah. This dungeon is hell with the enemy encounter rate, it really is. Again, the increased movement speed that I've got does help. I can't imagine trying to do this with no movement speed. It would take forever. It does feel like the enemies are all over the place, really. Like, some of them just seem to die in one hit and don't really do any damage, and then other ones just wreck you. So the balance feels a bit weird. Also, good to see Demon in Hell as well. Okay, so this part here, for anyone who's played PSO, this will probably be a bit familiar. The alternate dialogue is, why don't you rest here, but in this city, let's shoot. Okay. Yeah, so as I go up here, PSO players will probably get some flashbacks. Can't remember where you're meant to be going now. Sage Isle or Sunken Palace. Thank God you have a guide. This is, from what I can see, more or less the last dungeon. I think there is another dungeon after this. So I don't know if we're going to finish this today. We might have to finish it next stream. Yeah, ads. I'll make sure nothing interesting happens during ads. Yeah, it's essentially Corridor of Doom. Okay, do you have... Yeah, you have a dynamite. You can use that. Brain is old and rubbish. So is mine. Okay, we have a dude who appears to be blocking the path. Hi. So this is Rulakir. I think this was the pilot they mentioned before, I think, wasn't it? I'm sure they mentioned that he was called Rulakir. Hopefully ads are finished. So my heart went black 1,000 years ago. You need to stop mentioning that. And my family died in the Laya-Arakio War. Dark Force owns my soul, and he shall own yours. 1,000 years mentioned again, yeah. Oh, we've got an actual boss. We do have a boss fight. I mean, can Ren just like shoot him? So I'm gonna do that, and then everyone else can attack the fire things. That is a lot of damage. I guess the way his head clones, yeah. That does help that Kara is taking care of those. Thank you, Kara. Okay, you do not take damage from melee. Like, at all. Okay, let's have... I think I'm gonna go for a Garester, I think. Yeah, I think Laia, we can go for Garesta. We need to. And then I think maybe everyone else just attack. Or maybe we can get away with Mew doing the rest of this turn as well, just to be sure. We'll go for it. This might kill Laia. Oof. Please heal Laia. Okay, we got a Garesta, but that's not going to help. We do need another one, I think. Dear pennies in the coin jar from Prime Sub this month. Oh, thanks for the Prime Sub, Krabby. Much appreciated. Your heart went black 23 years ago. I think 1,000 years maybe pushing it. Okay, Laia, I'm gonna need you to, like, Garesta again. And I think also, Mew, you can do it as well. Just in case Laia doesn't get to. Everyone else can attack. That's not good. Okay, so Laia's dead. Just straight up dead. I think I see now why they want Reverser. It's actually a hard fight in Phantasy Star III. I'm actually quite surprised. I mean, we do have Rever. Because realistically, if he does Sue again, he's probably going to kill Mew and maybe Chris. This is a tough fight, this. Nice, thank you, Ren. I think we got quite lucky there. Didn't have much health, thankfully, but yeah, he really pumped out the damage. You have freed me. Destroy Dark Force. Rulukia is dead. Finally, he's at peace. You have freed me. Dies. That is 3 this stream. Okay, it actually recommends exiting now and going back and resting and stocking up. So, I'm just looking at this. So, basically, we are near the end, but we do have to do another dungeon. How big is the next dungeon? Big. If you talk to Rulukia before collecting the legendary weapons, he says that waves of blackness wash over you. That's interesting. At least drop some loot. Yeah, so I think, because it is getting late and I do need to wrap things up, I think what I will do is I will do the Dark Force dungeon next stream, and we'll start Phantasy Star 4 as soon as we finish. As much as I would like to finish this now, I really can't keep streaming for a bit. I do actually have other things to do before tomorrow, so I will leave it there. What I'm going to do though is I will rest up first. I knew we had an escape somewhere. Just make sure that there's nothing to pick up or anything, is there? No. But now we kind of know what difficulty we're looking at, so maybe Dark Force will be difficult. Can't use an escape. Is that because she's dead? Or can I just not use one here? I wonder if it's because it's not treated as being in a dungeon. Okay, so we've now learned that reverser can also fail. Let's try that again. No, let's try that again. No, let's try that again. Thank you. Right, now can you use it? No. Okay, now what you need to do is do the same again. Actually, Lion might be able to, actually. Thank you. Okay, so I'm assuming that the reason I can't do it is because this technically isn't treated as a dungeon, it's basically treated as the city of Lachute. So I can't use an escape to get out of it because it's not classing it as a dungeon. So I think what I'd have to do is like walk back, exit that way, and then go back to a town to heal up and stock up. I mean, we may not even need to stock up, but there is a big dungeon coming up though, so I would rather. So yeah, what I'll do is I will save that there, and we'll pick up this next Wednesday. So hopefully we will actually finish Phantasy Star 3 next week, and then we'll move on to Phantasy Star 4, which I know a lot of people have been looking forward to, myself included. But yeah, we will end that one there for today. So if you have enjoyed the stream, as usual, consider liking, subscribing, join as a member if you want to. Might be good to max out Garester on Lyra. Yeah, I think she's... I can't remember what she's geared towards at the minute. She's either geared towards Rester or Garester, I can't remember which. But yeah, so as I say, if you have enjoyed it, please consider liking, subscribing and so on. We will start Phantasy Star 4 next week, assuming we can beat Dark Force. Here's the hurdle we've got to get over to do Phantasy Star 4. On Sunday this week, we're going to do Phantasy Star 0 because we didn't do it last Sunday. And there is a video that's just gone live yesterday as well, so feel free to check it out if you haven't already. Yeah, whatever you're doing, hope you have a good week, and I'll see some of you guys on Sunday for Phantasy Star 0. So yeah, see you guys later.